Okay, hello and welcome back to Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, episode 25. I can't believe I have recorded 25 episodes of a podcast. That is pretty crazy. Um, and I am your host. I am Josh Love, just finishing up my Friday shift. Uh, I made the brilliant, quote unquote, decision to not go back to sleep after I woke up from my nap at 3:30. So I've been awake since 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Uh, so we'll circle back to that. So I'm a little sleepy, so I hope this episode makes sense. The first thing I really, really wanted to talk about, and it's something that bugs me every day. Um, as you all know, I record these podcasts while I'm driving home. and and I drive a lot. I take my kids to work, I pick my kids from school, go to the store. I drive a lot. I'm always on the road. Uh, and one of the things that I see when I'm driving on the road, and one of the things that frustrates me to no end, is when people are in the the pole position at a stoplight. And for those of you who don't know what I mean, or why I refer to it as pole position. It's one of the only terms I really know from racing, whether that's NASCAR or Formula One. Um, Pole position is the person that, when they're doing their, I don't know what they're called, tryouts, testing. Whoever has the best time is first. They're in pole position, so they're the first to be able to go. So when I refer to pole position in regular traffic, that's the person that is first at the stoplight. Like the light just turns red, boom, you're the first person. You're sitting at that white line. You are, in my opinion, one of the more important people when it comes to being in traffic. So what I noticed lately, and it's been a couple years that I've been noticing this, is that me personally, when I'm in the pole position, when I'm up front, I am hyper aware. So I'm looking at the lights going the other way. I'm looking at my light, making sure that the second that the light turns green for me, I give it like a 3 second buffer just to make sure nobody's running the light, and then I go. What I've noticed and what pisses me off is when most people, here in Colorado at least, I'm not sure if it's like this everywhere else, but when people pull up to a stoplight and they're in the pole position, what they are doing is not paying attention. They're on their phone, they're talking to their passenger, they're checking on their dog in the back seat, this, that, and the other. And like, especially some of the turn signals here in Colorado are maybe 4 seconds long. So if you're not paying attention and you don't notice the arrow is green until it's turning orange or yellow, and then guess what? Those 15 cars in line waiting to turn now cannot, especially if it goes back to a solid red. Sometimes it goes to a flashing yellow, but that's not very common. So all those people waiting to turn now have to wait another light cycle because you weren't paying attention. Now, I know we all live crazy, chaotic, busy lives, and lots of us don't have time to scroll on our phones, watch TikToks, whatever the hell it is. But when you are coming in between me getting home so I can take my post shift nap, all because you want to scroll and look at some TikToks, or you want to look at your Facebook or your Twitter or whatever the fuck you're doing. but you just now forced me to miss my turn light. So now I have to wait at least another 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how the intersection. So now I'm pissed off, and it's just something that bothers me. I don't know if I'm the only one or if this is common in other states, but here in Colorado, it's pretty bad. Like right now, I am second in line. I'm curious to see if this person in this minivan ahead of me, once this light turns green, if they go quickly. But also, that's a word to the wise. If you are pole position and the light turns green, please give yourself 3 to 5 seconds, maybe 2 to 5 seconds. Okay, cool. This person did what I'm trying to tell you guys to do. Give it a couple seconds before you accelerate, because people will be running lights all the time, and I've almost been hit a couple of times uh, because of somebody running the light. So just as a word to the wise, advice from your pal Josh: give yourself 2 to 5 seconds before you accelerate if you are at the head of the line, if you're in pole position, just so you make sure that you are safe. Uh, but yeah, it's a common theme here in the good old state of Colorado. I know I'm repeating myself, you guys. I apologize. I haven't slept in about 16 hours, 16, 17 hours. So this might be a very babbly, talking out of my ass podcast. So I apologize in advance. Uh, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and this might go on for a little bit. It was kind of a realization I had the other day while talking to my wife about my schedule. And she said, the entire time I've known you, you have never had a normal quote unquote schedule. When we first met, I was a bud tender, so I was working late nights. I was working two to midnight or 1 to 11. Um, and then from there, I went to working in a warehouse where I started on overnights, working uh, 10:30 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then from there, same warehouse job, but then my hours were 5 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. working 410s. But I lived in Denver. The warehouse was in Louisville. That's a 30 minute drive with no traffic. So those days when I would get off at 3:30 and have to come home during rush hour, and I didn't get home until sometimes 5. So I was gone from my house from like 4:30 in the morning till 5 at night. So I was gone from my house for like 12 to 13 hours a day. So when I would get home, I'd be super wiped, wouldn't want to do anything, wouldn't want to cook, wouldn't want to do anything like that. And after I left there, I had a few jobs where I was working. One job I was early in the morning. Sometimes I'd get off at noon. Sometimes I'd get off at 5. And then I went to work in a grocery store where my schedule was all over the place. Sometimes I was 5 a.m. to 1:30 in the afternoon. Sometimes I was 2 to 12, and it wasn't consistent. So I left that job for the job I'm currently at, but in a different position where I kind of had a normal schedule. I was working 7 to 6, but still, it was 410s. I was gone from my house from 6:30 in the morning till 7 at night. And now my job now, I have worked. I was doing 4:30 to 3, so I was gone from my house from 4 in the morning until about 4 in the afternoon. And then to now where I'm doing the overnight shift where I start my day at midnight and I'm off at 10:30. So I'm gone from my house from like 11 at night until about 11 in the morning, so 12 hours. And that all leads me to this statement. It's time for me to quote unquote get a normal job where I work Monday through Friday, anywhere in the range from like 7 to 3:30, 7:30 to 4, 8 to 4:30, normal shit. Because my sleep schedule is fucked. I don't have a sleep schedule. By the time Saturday comes around, which is my Friday, I'm so absolutely wiped that I get home and I sleep for like 4 hours and then I can't go back to bed. And then Sunday is my like one true day off where I can do nothing and I want to be productive and it's not very conducive to living a productive and happy life. And I'm just real sick and tired of being this tired all the time, being away from my family for 12 to 13 hours a day, working on the weekends. It's for someone who values, like, my love language, I'm pretty sure is quality time. And for someone whose love language is quality time and you get maybe 1-2 hours a day with your wife sometimes, it's putting it's taking its toll on me, and I think I am ready to do something different. And I mind you, I'm doing all of this for a job that pays me less than 60,000 a year. So the money's not even good. Like, and I don't know if anybody at my work listens to my podcast, and I'm not trying to talk shit because I love my job, I love my coworkers, but the schedule leaves a lot, an absolute metric fuck ton to be desired. And I, you know, I just realized, maybe it is time. It is time to. I might even have to take a day off just so I can sit down, trim up, cater my resume to the new positions that I'm kind of looking into. I think I would absolutely kill it as an office manager. Um, but yeah, I'm almost 43. My birthday is this month. My birthday is in 16 days. I will be 43, and I think I'm tired of the way I'm treating my body as far as like what I'm doing now, where I haven't slept since yesterday afternoon. And when I do take a nap, then I'm going to bed at 8, waking up at 10:30. And it's just, it's not. I'm feeling the strain, and it is time. I I need some change. I have a real good idea of what I want to look for. In just a quick search on LinkedIn, there's tons of positions. So I'm pretty psyched about that. The problem is I don't know when I'm going to be able to sit down and spruce up my resume and shift it towards the new position type that I'm looking for. Because this whole time, like, I've been looking for a new job for a little bit, just because I think I've known it's time for a change for a while. But I've been looking in the dispatch and transportation and all of that, and that's not where I need to be anymore. I do like my job. I think it's very fulfilling being able to get these people that would be able to get to these places normally. We give them that option. We give them that freedom. Um, we give them that independence, and it's a pretty cool feeling. But I, it's time. It's time for something else. So, most people, I don't know if it takes them this long to figure out that having your sleep schedule be basically non-existent is pretty detrimental to your health. And it's going to affect not only your health physically, but mentally, emotionally, and sometimes it takes a wake-up call. Mine was, I guess, this morning that it's time for a change. And I yeah, I think that's where I'm landing. It's time for your boy Josh to find something that's more suited to living a normal quote unquote life, where I get to be around my wife. I get to be around my kids, especially my youngest. He's 12. In a blink of an eye, he's going to be 15, 16. And I feel like I'm going to miss it if I keep working the same kind of schedule that I do right now. So I encourage everybody, if you are feeling kind of like me, where you maybe not so much feel stuck, but you maybe feel like it's time to switch things up, it's okay. I've started over multiple times in my life. I'll be 43. I mean, I started over when I was 30. I met my wife when I was 35. I started over again then. And at the ripe age of 43, I think it's time for me to, you know, start over again. And the thing that's different about this is when you have to start over, you, at least me personally, the feel of fear fills you up a lot more than anything else. And right now, what I'm feeling as far as like this new fresh start that I'm looking for is excitement, anticipation, and I can only hope that my job search, goes well and is fruitful, and I find a place where I fit in that I can succeed. And I don't know, it's just it's exciting to me. That could just be because I haven't slept in a full day, basically. But um, anywho, if you guys can relate, make sure to let me know. You can comment on my podcast. It's available everywhere. And I would love to hear some of your guys' stories about how you have started over and what was your, the straw that broke the camel's back kind of situation. What was that for you? Um, but yeah, that is the completion of my 25th episode here on Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This. I appreciate every one of you guys that listen. I know you don't have to, but you choose to. You choose to take time out of your day to listen to little old me babble on the way home from work. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. So, with that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. If you go anywhere, always make sure you go with love. I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.